All right, welcome back to episode 47 of the Moose Knuckle podcast. I looked it up this time. Moose Knuckle podcast.wordpress.com. Waka. I made a new Facebook page because there's ways to automate posting things. I don't know if I just suck at Facebook, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. There we go. That sounds better. Couldn't figure out how to do it when I was just an admin. So I created a person type page. So stuff will automatically get posted there. It's still facebook.com/Moose Knuckle Podcast, I believe. There's a link to it on our regular website as well. Moose Knuckle Podcast. Wait a minute, did I say all that? Moose Knuckle Podcast.wordpress.com. Yeah, there you go. Or is it wordpress.com/moose? Whatever, just Google it. You can find it. Did I say 47? I don't know. Episode 47. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. This time I planned ahead a little bit at least. Made a, damn it, I just realized I'm wearing headphones. And I put this oil in my hair. Fuck it, I'm the only one who wears these. I made a list this time. So I don't remember. Just try to go off memory. Feel like, I'm trying to get better at this. So prep, maybe. Plan ahead. Do something. The first thing I was going to talk about was MMA. Sorry, I was thinking there. I don't believe I've ever really talked about it before. It's something I'm definitely into. I have been training my whole life in various different martial arts. And so recently, Conor McGregor was supposed to fight Rafael dos Anjos for the 155 title, I believe. I don't know why it wouldn't be for the title. I didn't really pay that close of attention. But either way, they were supposed to fight about, a couple of days ago. So we're, 3 weeks out from the fight, I believe. Maybe a little bit less. He broke his foot and was out. But either way, before that, there was all this talk about what if he beats him? What if? It is very possible. He is a very good fighter. But they were saying, well, what if... Because Conor says, weight classes don't matter. He'll fight at any weight. But that's just not true. Weight classes do matter. What the hell did I not... Sorry, I'm talking to myself about... Anyways, I don't want to fuck with that right now. So there was all this talk. What if he beats him, Not, is he one of the greatest? I mean, you really have to consider him one of the greatest if he did. But besides that, people were saying, because he said to him weight classes don't matter. He'll fight at any weight. So people were talking about, well, what if he goes up to welterweight and he beats Robbie Lawler? Then what? People were like... Some people were seriously talking about this. And then they said, well, what if he goes to 185? And they're like, no. 185, he feels one kick from Luke Rockhold, it's all over. Which I agree with. But I think it's the same thing at welterweight because let's do a little bit of MMA math right now. So Robbie Lawler is the champ. In Strike Force, Robbie Lawler fought Melvin Manhoef. And although he got close and Robbie was definitely on wobbly legs, ultimately Robbie knocked him out. And I believe they fought at 185, not even 170. But still, it's Robbie Lawler's the 170 champ right now. So he did that. He knocked out Melvin Manhoef. I believe it was in K1 many years before that. But Melvin Manhoef fought Mark Hunt, and he TKO'd him. So in this kind of retarded MMA math that you're telling me essentially you believe Conor McGregor could TKO Mark Hunt. And there's no fucking way he could do that because it's just impossible. He couldn't beat Melvin Manhoef either. Dude has fucking nuclear bombs at the end of his arms instead of fists. And he wouldn't beat Robbie Lawler. I don't think he beat Rory McDonald. I don't think he'd beat Tyrone Woodley. I don't think he'd beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I'd have to look at the rest of the list. I know I'm forgetting some people. There's Damian Maia. He's very dangerous, but Conor is so far ahead of him, striking-wise and movement-wise, that he could beat him probably on points. But if Damian Maia even got a hold of him for 1 second and be over, he'd just strangle him. Be over. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about that. Basically, people are full of shit. Conor moves up to 170. I see him getting destroyed. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just size is a factor. We have to be realistic here. Size doesn't matter to me. Well, it may not matter to you, but it's still a factor. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at my list to see what's next. Guess I could talk about that. Just breathing into the mic. Meundies. No, this will be an ad, but they're not paying me, and I'm just doing it because I bought a pair. So, I don't remember what podcast it was. One of them I was listening to. Well, a bunch of them talk about it, but somebody would regularly talk about them, how he was wearing them, and they were comfortable, blah, blah, blah. So I bought a pair. I got to tell you, they actually are fairly soft. I don't know what it's weird. It feels kind of almost like the material Under Armour material in a way, with but woven kind of. It's hard to describe. Either way, it's very soft, kind of stretchy, I guess you could say, more so than cotton. Very breathable, keeps you warm. But the crazy thing is, if you're just a normal dude like me, you're not, you're not lacking down there, but you're not, what did Tosh call it? Eggplant Mondays? You're not packing an eggplant down there. Either way. But the crazy thing, and nice thing about these is, because it's made out of this weird, almost stretchy Under Armour kind of type stuff, almost in a way, is that when you put them on, it kind of, basically for me, I think it's like a push-up bra for your crotch area region. Like, it just puts it all in a good spot, in a good shape. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to women, but you're like, it's a little bit of a trick. Like, if you were just wearing these and she had no idea, she never saw you naked, she'd be like, dang, he's packing a little bit. Even though you're not, it's putting it all in a good spot. That's why I think it's like ooh, I got to talk better. I'm back here, sometimes up here. I just think, basically, if you want to look as if you have a bigger dick in a way, although I guess you have to wear tight pants. Oh, scratch that plan. Unless you can find a way to wear them and walk around in your underwear, you'll figure it out. You're a crafty dude. Or woman. I don't know what it would do. Maybe it would I don't know. I could buy some women's ones and try them on and see if it, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. But I bet, it would accentuate the camel toe in some way if you were so inclined to do that. But either way, they were actually fairly comfortable. They do have I bought the boxer briefs. They do have boxers. Only problem is I always slide down in my chair. I found out today at work, and they kind of just start to ride up. Not really ride up, like the legs roll up, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't know. Might try some boxer. I'll give you an update. See how I like them. But I would recommend them. Back to my list. Oh, Meundies. Ooh, I thought this could be kind of interesting. So I was listening to a podcast today with this guy, Duncan Trussell Family Hour. He was talking about how he just, he's not a fat dude, but he can get kind of pudgy, I guess is the way he described it. And he's talked about how he had this cycle he expected he'd regularly go through. What'd he say? He said basically like he expects he'll get fatter and then work hard and lose it and keep it off for a while, and get fatter, then work hard, lose it, so on and so forth. And he said he needed to be more disciplined, And for me, discipline has never really been a problem. I started martial arts when I was 10, so it's kind of something I grew up with. But it has been a problem in being too rigid. I think being too rigid has definitely caused me to miss out on some things. As in like being cautious kind of because of it. I don't know, kind of they play off of each other. You're disciplined, you're take the safe route type deal. That's actually not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about how it actually, I think, kind of has allowed me to make excuses. So I'll say, I'll whatever for this, because I usually do about 8-week period and kind of change up workout stuff. I'll say like, Monday, Wednesday, Sundays are workout days or something. No, that's not right. I wouldn't do that. I would do like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. And so if I missed a day, I would say, I'd be like, well, I wouldn't just shift stuff back a day. I would just say, I worked out, or I missed that workout day. And then even if I didn't have anything to do after work, the next night, I would just say, it's not a workout night. So it's weird. I stayed so strict to the schedule, but it basically allowed me to cheat. I'd be like, not a workout day, even though I didn't do it the day before. And then sometimes stuff would come up the next night. It'd be like, because sometimes I go work out Saturday after work, wouldn't have anything to do. If I was on that Saturday schedule or whatever, it might be, what would that be, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday? I don't remember what I said earlier. But either way, and then, somebody'd say, want to do whatever after work. So then I wouldn't work out that day. And then it'd be Sunday. I'd be like, well, today's not a workout day. So by trying to stick so rigid to a schedule, I actually allowed myself to fail. I essentially gave myself an out. I was like, no, today's not a workout day. So I was like, it's okay, I don't do it again. But it's not. You need to. That's why my new schedules, I'm more like, unless I get sick or something, I'm not really working out that hard. I'm just doing some light kettlebell stuff. But I say a lot, don't I? But I just do every other day, so it's not even the same days. And then if I miss a day, I can't be like, well, whatever, today's not a workout day. I'm like, well, you missed that one day, whatever. Extra rest day, so go today. I don't really know how this is helpful, but I'm just thinking it's best to find kind of a mix, like discipline to get things done, but not discipline or not so rigid that you can't have multiple ways to get it done, if that makes any sense. All right, I'm back. Hello to you. That was half a second from you. It was a couple minutes. Phone went off. I don't remember what I was talking about. We'll just say I was done. So the last thing I was going to talk about on my list today, as I was going to sleep the other night, I was thinking to myself, if I owned my own house outright, could I legally burn it to the ground? I know that seems ridiculous. Why would you burn a house down you own? I don't know. Just a thought that popped into my head. Because look at it this way. I don't know how I would do this, but I feel like I own my truck outright. I feel like if I wanted to, I could just light it on fire. I mean, not just anywhere. I would have to take precautions, which is kind of why you have to put yourself in this weird, like, somehow you can burn your house down, but guarantee no harm comes to your neighbors' houses or any utility type things hooked up to the house. But, I feel like I could drive into a gravel pit somewhere, and if I paid a guy to tow my truck away, I could just light it on fire, and that would be that. Let's say I had a $300,000 house. I couldn't burn $300,000 because destroying U.S. currency is a crime, but I could buy $300,000 worth of shit and destroy it, right? So why can't I burn my fucking house down if I want to? It's my goddamn house. I know. Retarded thoughts, but just something pops into my head sometimes when I'm, or not sometimes. Things like that pop into my head when I'm going to sleep sometimes. I don't know why I thought of it. I was like, I wonder if I could burn my own house down if I wanted to. But that's it. That's all I got for this week. Or this every other week. I'm trying to keep it consistent. Although I don't think anyone's listening to these either. I'm going to keep doing them for practice. Hopefully just get better behind the mic. Get funnier somehow. Not somehow, practice. Practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes perfect. Probably be more accurate. This has been episode 47 of the Moose Knuckle podcast. Share with a friend. Do something. Send a smoke signal to one of your homies about it. Moose Knuckle podcast.wordpress.com. And have a good night, or day, or morning.